World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem has rejected ongoing talks between Israel and the Lebanese government, calling them fruitless. The BBC reports Qassem's remarks come as Lebanese officials prepare to travel to Washington for negotiations with Israeli and U.S. counterparts on Tuesday. Earlier, the Lebanese government banned Hezbollah's military activities following the outbreak of war with Israel, with President Joseph Aoun criticized the group for drawing the country into a broader regional conflict. In comments reported by an Iranian-linked news agency, Qassem claimed that Israel is targeting all of Lebanon and urged the government to mobilize its army. He also questioned the government's push for a ceasefire, asking what leverage it actually has in negotiations. Qassem stressed that Hezbollah's position remains firm, saying the group will neither back down nor surrender. In other news overseas, top officials from the United States and the United Kingdom met to discuss the latest developments in the Middle East. According to BBC News, UK Deputy Prime Minister David Lammy held talks with US Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. As stated by Deputy Prime Minister Lammy's office, the meeting also focused on security concerns in the Strait of Hormuz. The UK emphasized its commitment to supporting the current ceasefire and working toward a long-term agreement. Officials stressed the importance of ensuring that shipping can move freely through the vital waterway. The meeting comes a day after Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the UK will not take part in enforcing a US military blockade of Iranian ports. And finally, tensions between the United States and Iran are escalating, with Iran's Foreign Affairs Ministry calling the conflict an illegal war of choice. The BBC reports Iranian Foreign Affairs Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baqai questioned whether such actions could harm the global economy, warning against what he described as self-defeating decisions. His remarks came after the U.S. began enforcing a naval blockade on ships entering and leaving Iranian ports. U.S. President Donald Trump announced the move early on Monday, following unsuccessful efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz through negotiations. The failed weekend talks added to market uncertainty, with European stocks opening lower. Meanwhile, global oil prices remain elevated amid the growing tensions. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.